Previously on
GUTTER.
It's been 10 years since the big one, an earthquake that leveled large swaths of Cascadia. Fate has drawn together three unlikely schmucks in where else but a dive bar in a post-disaster Washington state. You got Violet, a Desert Eagle-toting loner with acid green hair who works as a courier for the creepy WCL Corporation. There's Scratch, an Ohioan drawn to the Pacific Northwest by forces he can't explain. Finally, Bodie, an ex-football star with a stormy past and a big ol' heart. The three embark on Violet's next job, delivering a cursed VR headset to the estate of her mysterious boss on Shaw Island. When they arrive at the estate, an elite auction for arcane objects is in full swing. But things go sideways. Boom! An explosion rips through the mansion. Blam! Hundreds dead. And a thing on black wings is seen emerging from the rubble. So the gang manages to escape by stealing a Margaritaville-themed yacht. But oh no! The winged creature is following them. The monstrosity swoops down at the gang and they fight back, with Bodie striking the fell beast with his axe. And in that moment, the three witness an excruciating vision. A flood of billions of people being fed into a colossal gyre in the middle of the ocean. When they snap back to reality, Bodie has disappeared without a trace. To find Bodie, Violet and Scratch make their way to his former home in the small port town of Blackfork, located within a no-man's land known as a WARP, aka Western American Reintegration Precinct. They arrive at an antique/salvage shop known as the Crapyard, where they meet Bodie's good old friend Otter, himself a former athlete-turned-coach and an antique dealer, and he runs this freaking joint. So, the gang's only clue to make sense of what happened is an address found in Violet's boss's little black book, which itself was discovered in the rubble of his estate. The address is nearby, and Otter agrees to shepherd these two into the woods toward the deep warp. Their understanding of reality is exploded when they reach their destination, a bizarre dungeon of an infinitely descending staircase. It's a horrific time, and they just barely manage to make it out, absconding with a magical horn known as the Dim Bugle. This is their prize from this dungeon. They're beat to hell, battered, bruised, little left to lose. They blow the bugle on a whim. It harkens to an outgrowth of mushrooms. The mushrooms glow, and the three levitate briefly from the ground. As they return to their feet, they find their bruises, their wounds, their scratches have miraculously been healed. What is waiting for them now, back in Blackfork?
This is a GUTTER production.
We're gonna overlap with the boys' dinner time.
Use it.
What's their dinner time?
Use it.
8:30.
It's part of the game.
But
Well,
hopefully,
they're gonna have to wait.
yeah, they might sleep through, or we might have to use it. Oh, are you meowing?
We got a cat in the background who's looking for food right now, and I ain't talking about the cats of Blackfork. If we go really fast, then you can slow us down to 75% speed. And
there you go.
That way we get more out of it, but we just go faster.
Best thing about that is all the breaths that are going to be like.
Okay, we just won't breathe.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So, it has been 2 days since our last episode. 2 days since the gang received the dim bugle in this mysterious notch pyramid in the deep warp. Here we are. Early morning It's still dark. The stars are sparkling over the forest to the south of Blackfork. We're seeing the tops of all these beautiful pine trees, deep green, cold air, and we're traveling over there. And we see the spires lit in the moonlight, lit in the starlight of the crap yard. These beautiful Victorian spires. Creeping over the pines. Sneaking, peeking over the pines. We pull up to a window high at the top of the crap yard. It's an old-fashioned sort of Gothic style window with a bit of colorful glass depicting a dandelion puffball blowing in the wind. And we go through this window. We are in a dark room. It's a dusty, dark room. There's boxes rather neatly placed, but still it's a bit dusty. There's a small bed in the center of this room. Sleeping in that small bed, we see Scratch Kelly, and he is zonking out, major honking up some Z's. Across from his bed, we see, by all these boxes, across from his bed, we see a desk covered in all of his gear. His backpack is there, his tome is there, the old binder, is full of all those pieces of papers. And he's got his old dusty PC out and plugged in. But plugged into that PC, specifically into that PC's VGA port, we see a gnarled and imposing item, the visor. Sitting and it is turned off. But I said it was just turned off a second ago, but what's that we're seeing right now? Why, there's a small flickering of lights dancing over the device. And do I hear an interior fan turning on? Why, I think I do. It's humming. It's clacking. Scratch is turning now in his sleep. He's like waking up. Like this visor is sort of coming to lighting up quite a bit. And he wakes up and he's rubbing his eyes. And he's lit like a spotlight here in this dark room by this visor.
It should be noted that the dark out here, in the warp removed from all the light pollution of the real cities, especially just in all the surrounding area, is unlike any dark Scratch has ever experienced, or at least outside of a vacation or something like that. So this glow is truly blinding in the darkness, and he can barely focus on it through the sleep in his eyes. And he walks toward it, the sound of his feet slowly creaking across the floor, just the humming of the fan. And he stands over the headset, and it should be noted that the box of the headset and the original skull that the headset was on sit nearby under the window, lit up with the light of this headset interior screen. It seems like it's watching him, one of the only pale white glowing figures against a dark wall.
So you're standing in front of this visor. You're looking at it. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we doing? Because you could unplug it from the wall, turn it off. You could put it on. What are we doing, Scratch?
In any other circumstance, Scratch would want to get down to the bottom of how this thing turned on, or he might be even frightened. But Scratch just got a big lesson that dreams can set you free, as the dream is what convinced him to jump off the steps in the last episode. So the fact that this feels like a dream and he is half asleep still, he says, "Let's go." He doesn't say that. He feels "let's go," and quietly lifts up the headset and slides it on his head.
All right, you feel the suction over your head. Tubes connecting with the nape of your neck. And everything you see is dark. And then, ding, that white Ouroboros dragon appears before you. And then, darkness. And then, suddenly you have this intense feeling of falling. There's a massive drum hammering in your ears. Dum, 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 dum. And as you're falling, something falls into you, like hits you, like it's falling up and you're falling down. Wham! And you're just spinning now. Dum, 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 dum. You come to, you can see you're falling towards sandy ground, but you're coming in fast. The drumming is splitting your head open, and then as you're about to collide, you just reflexively pull the visor off.
With great effort.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that when you said, let's go, I really wanted to say, let's go, girls. Dun, 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 dun. Put the visor on tonight. Okay.
I feel like a headset.
I feel like a headset.
That doesn't really.
That is dope.
Oh, that's going to be a failure automatically because it was a 95.
Great.
I don't care if you are H.P. Lovecraft.
Bum.
Did they say that in that song, or is that a different song?
Different
roll
Shania
this, roll
Twain
this.
song.
Okay, but shout out to Shania.
One.
All right, you only lose.
Wait, not shout out to Shania?
I don't know.
Is she canceled?
She might be.
Who knows? You
Canceled until proven otherwise. That's the stance we're taking on every celebrity. from
watch
now
out.
on.
We're woke. Okay, you lose one veil. Could be worse. So you're like, ugh, you're shaking and you're just sitting there.
And after tearing this thing off, the headset is completely dark and the computer is completely quiet, as if it was never on at all. Maybe it was, and I lost track of the moment where it all shut off. But in that gap, it's like, this headset is something to be feared.
There's a huge boom, and it is like right next to you, and you like physically like recoil, fall to the floor, roll something, because the door to your room has just been blam kicked off of the hinges as if struck by a pneumatic punching machine. Standing in the dust and like falling shattered pieces of wood, we see Otter in workout regalia.
Oh my God, Scratch! Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to kick the door off the damn hinges.
Oh, Jesus, if I was still in bed, that would have like fucking cracked my head open.
Oh my God, thank goodness you weren't in bed.
Holy
Oh,
shit, man.
God
What are your legs made of?
fucking
Oh my
damn it.
God.
This door, you were in the middle of the warp. How am I going to replace this door? This is my parents' bedroom. I broke the damn, this is a Victorian door from the 1800s.
You didn't mean to kick this door off the hinges?
I was just trying to kick the door open a little bit to scare you a little bit, but in a fun way that's like, I have energy now. We're ready to work out and seize the day by the short and curlies and pull it up and say, we're going to have a great day. Oh, but I broke this fucking door. God damn it. What are you doing on the floor? You playing with that little putty yours? Sorry, that's what I call headsets. It's a warp thing.
I can't blame you for that one, Otter, because my dick is out of my shorts.
Yeah,
But
and
that is
wow,
completely just...
I know why you're called Scratch now. Look at the nail at the end of that thing.
Oh, God.
Looks like a pretty weird dick, but a pretty normal Precious Moments doll.
Anyway, yeah, Otter is wearing his, what do they call them, Zubas pants? I had so much time.
What's a Zubaz pants?
They're like pants from the 80s. They're like windbreaker pants that look like zebra stripes.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
Zuba's
go
pants.
with that.
Zubas pants. He's got Zubas pants on. He's wearing a crop top that's showing off his nice but older body. But there's something about him that just seems young, that seems vigorous, that seems almost like he blew a horn and then got blown up into the mushroom realm where he had all of his aches and pains ameliorated by Amelia. Who's that? But he's doing really good right now, and he's trying to share the wealth with his buddy Scratch and Violet in a second if they did not wake up.
Which I don't know. I think everybody in this house, like any kids that were staying over in the basement or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that are staying in the basement, but
You hear lots of stirring in the distance.
Dewey Decimal's down there. My buddy Squint Bigley's down there.
Does Jasper sleep here?
Jasper actually sleeps outside under the stars.
Okay.
But don't ask questions to distract me. Just get your
You're right,
shoes
you're right.
on, and we're going to go outside and stretch. I'm going to go collect our wild friend Violet.
This is as agreed upon between Otter and Scratch. I mean, we'll see about Violet. But let me just say, there is no better way to get Scratch's heart pumping in the morning than kicking open a door off the hinges at the break of fucking dawn. So
Well,
Scratch is ready to go.
That's going to be a one-time thing because I am not happy about kicking my deceased parents' door off of the hinges. But how do you like the room? Pretty nice, huh?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, mattress held up.
And he's gone.
So everyone in the house would have woken up by that door sound, but Violet's not in the house. Violet is in Bodie Chambers' chamber.
Bodie Chambers.
Which is
God,
a
really?
shipping container,
Bodie Chambers' body chamber.
which is just outside, separate from the house.
Mashing their pud.
And mashing their pud. And she's sitting in the dark.
Best place to do it. Isolated. Just
Totally in the dark. There's just a small fire in the trash can. And Violet is sketching in the dark, looking around at Bodhi's room, covered in one of the blankets that's there, one of the many blankets, and is sketching areas of the room. She's sketching the poster with the cat hanging off a branch where Bodhi wrote, "Go fuck yourself" at the bottom. She's sketching the whiteboard with each of the notes and takes out a red pen for the last one, "Make a friend," check mark. And as she's doing this and she's drawing, she's trying to listen super hard. It's really quiet, and she's just hearing the sounds of their pen on the paper. Listening, trying to hear Bodhi. And she doesn't. And just in that silence, something falls out of the back of the notebook. It's a little white envelope that has a V printed on the front, like typewriter. And it looks worn, like it's been there a long time and has been touched a lot. And Violet opens it up and pulls out what's inside, which are 2 pictures. One is of, God, if only I could remember the descriptions, because that would make this so much better. Describe Yari and Norn. It's pictures of the 2 of them.
So one is a bald dude with circular round glasses and a lightning bolt shaped scar on his head. It also has a big spiderweb tattoo on his bald head. That's Yari. And then Norn has a bright red hair, sort of like in a monk's cowl. Also has a spiderweb tattoo on his head, and that's Norn.
And they're like candid pictures of them, like smiling or laughing, and just photographs. And how Violet got these pictures in this envelope is a story for another time, but they're there and they are safe in the back of the notebook. And because they fell out, Violet quickly puts everything back in the envelope and then looks at it and tosses it into that little garbage fire.
whoa, hey, sorry, maybe we should speak up.
Oh, you guys.
Seems like you kind of threw away the pictures of us.
Yeah, that was like a really nice one. I think it was only like 1 copy.
Appearing before Violet's eyes now is the apparitions of Yari and Norn.
Norn was really looking joyful in that one picture. I feel like you really captured his essence, or someone captured his essence. I'm not quite sure where the pictures came from. Where am I?
Where are we?
You guys know where they came from. And let's trust me, I will remember your faces. I know what you look like. We don't need pictures.
If this is part of your journey, Violet, we respect it. You can burn any pictures of us you find, any effigies, any idols, or, whatever you want. Burn away.
Thank you.
Also, just want to share, I killed one of the guys that you killed, and he disappeared.
Oh, good. Oh my God, really?
Well, we're kind of afraid that now he's
Back in the real world again.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
He was really
But we heard a
pissing me off.
baby crying in an echo in the distance after he shot him.
Oh.
And we think we
I found a
might-
gun in
well,
here,
if
by
he-
the way. It's just like your gun. Look at this.
But it's that one that you broke that one time. It
Oh.
died too.
Whoa.
I don't know what the rules are here, but
And it's basically anything that I kill and that I feel guilty about killing or destroying is there. So, so there you guys are. But apparently you made a baby, so great job.
oh, wow.
That's what you said. You said you heard a
Whoa.
baby cry.
I mean,
Okay,
I-
not together.
If only we could.
I know.
but
Honestly,
You guys, is Bodhi here? Have you
haven't seen him.
haven't seen him? Okay.
You didn't kill him.
No?
Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
we don't know if he's dead or not. Same as you.
Yeah.
But we can say with confidence, don't carry that guilt. You didn't kill the guy. Or else he'd be here and he'd be getting a swirly. Because that's what we do to the new guys. But trust me, I think he'd be giving me a swirly day too.
Hey, check this out. And I take the gun and I hold it up to my head and I spin the revolver.
Okay.
Do not.
All right.
Just kidding. It's just a callback to how this all sort of started.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I gotta go for now.
Okay, we'll be here.
I know. Thanks for being here. Mm-hmm. And they all tap their heads.
Yep.
We're all
No.
tapping our heads.
Tap their heads.
I'm tapping my pud. That's what I call my head.
I'm tapping my pud as well.
Tapping my pud. That's what I call my Audi belly button.
Oh, I love your Audi belly button.
Oh, thank you.
I'll see you guys soon.
Violet, you can hear from outside. There's a whole hullabaloo. You can hear a Scratch and Otter talking really loudly as they're sort of bundling out of the house.
Violet covers up that trash can fire to put it out and opens up the door. Is it bright outside now?
Yeah, the sun is coming up now.
Yeah, so the light is blinding and they squint their eyes and
B-Dog!
instinctively hearing Otter pulls out a cigarette.
B-Baby, where are you at?
I'm over here.
There you are.
Violet, if you're smoking, I wouldn't smoke. He's got mean plans for us this morning. It's going to take your full lung capacity. And I think you may have restored 100% lung capacity no matter how long you've smoked because the fucking mushrooms. Because this guy over here, apparently he kicks like a war horse. He kicked the door off the hinges inside.
Otter is moving around like a Vegeta in a fight with Kakarot. He's like teleporting behind stuff. It's so incredible and he's so fast. And he snatches a cigarette out of Violet's hand.
Okay, I didn't want that anyway. That's fine. I'm actually not even addicted to cigarettes anymore.
All right.
I actually don't even like them
Then
anymore.
fine, you can have it back.
Okay.
Oh, she got you, man.
No, really, though, this actually is kind of gross. And Violet throws the cigarette down.
Starts a wildfire.
Small fire.
Yeah, small fire, large fire.
This is the second big one. It started today.
The ground's damp. The ground's damp.
The gun's damn.
With gasoline.
So what? We got some superpowers, or
I think we just all sort of got restored to factory settings. I got all my injuries and knickknacks paddywhacked out of here, and I'm feeling like it's 2001, and I got a date with Apollo Ono in the morning for a silver medal.
yeah, I guess physically I'm feeling pretty good.
I mean, look, I didn't have a bunch of major injuries, but I sprained my ankles a whole bunch of times. And, look, I'm in my mid-late 30s. Let's not be specific. And there are things that apparently ached in my body that I didn't even know were aching because I just feel different. I feel like I crawled out of the cicada shell. Ooh.
Yeah, I feel a little lighter too, like ready to let some stuff go.
Like ready to
Yeah.
run 10K and do a whole series of exercises with this guy because he wants to condition us.
10K?
10K posters. That's how many posters I got printed out of my good buddy Bodie's face. And he holds up one. These came in this morning bright and early from the paper plant. And it is a scan of a collage that Otter worked on overnight that has a picture of Bodie from his college football days, which Otter has doctored the Dr. Otter is in, and he made Bodhi look older and sadder.
He's got a big frown on over his smile.
Over his smile, there's a frown. His eyes, there's lines under his eyes a little bit.
And Otter, for context, included the picture of Bodhi's penis that he accidentally posted on the NFL Instagram. I'm just kidding. That doesn't have to be.
But that
it's
is
canon. It is on there.
Canon, and it's
very big.
It's a canon.
Let me tell you.
But yeah, we got to go put this up around town and get the hunt going, because that address in our little black book didn't give us anything except for a horn that made us all feel great.
Yeah. Okay.
And the second order of business is I got some good news about somebody's trailer. And I ain't talking about the new Marvel movie.
You're looking at me, and am I supposed to?
Well, I'm looking at you, too. You're the only one with a trailer.
You got to get a trailer that was fucked up. I got a call from an old contact.
Oh, you mean my camper in my trailer?
Yeah.
You said the Marvel movie thing, so I was like,
No,
okay,
that
it's not
was
a Marvel movie.
confusing.
What is it? Wes
It was
Anderson?
sort of
Like, what do we?
confusing. I realized it was confusing. And
Did I
don't even
release
know
a
about
movie?
Marvel movie trailers or anything like that, because I live in the warp and they don't exist in this world. But
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait. So for real? So they got back to you? They can bring it?
I think so.
Oh my God, that's gonna be huge, man. I'm scared. I thought that thing would be just. I don't know. Would those guys be like waiting in ambush if we went back there, or did they just bomb it out like they fucking bombed out my car?
Yeah, to be clear, I do not know if it is in good condition or not. We're going to find out when we find out. But we got a whole day ahead of us, and I feel good. And I don't know about you, but I feel good.
I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. I got a poster.
So
And another
good.
poster.
I paid for the rights for this song for this episode.
Bam. Bam, bam, bam. And they're all wearing lots of shoes, different shoes.
And we're all walking like Robert Crumb characters down the street as the sun is slowly rising. I guess the sun has risen.
Yeah, the sun's rising. It's like what, 7 a.m. now.
And can we say that Violet, Otter, and Scratch get in a decent workout this morning? And can we describe what that looks like?
I was going to say, let's not just say it. Let's show it.
Is your tummy tucked under? Come on, keep it in. Tuck it under.
Listener, you can't see it, but we're showing it.
And
Dude,
we're
they're
showing
all
it.
doing
We're
moves
showing
like
it. We're
you
doing
can
moves.
see it.
There's, it's jazzercise. Okay, you've got Richard Simmons style, jazzercise happening. We're putting our arms in and our arms out, and we're flexing and we're flapping and we're shaking our butts.
Yeah, we're doing the thing where you spread your legs wide and you shake your little butt left and right.
Yep.
And you do a little hip thing.
Yep.
We're doing isometrics, we're doing plyometrics, we're doing wind sprints, we're doing burpees, we're doing laps, we're doing craps. We're playing a quick game of craps to catch
Rolling
our
the
breath.
dice. There's a full table outside. It's like sort of damp, a full craps table outside, and everyone's playing craps for a second.
Ooh,
I win.
We're chasing all the kids of Blackfork that are coming by and they're screaming, and they're chasing us.
Yes, we pass behind the tree and then it's the opposite, and yeah.
Then Eggman appears and he's chasing us. Just kidding, he's not here. But
Jasper's just firing his gun into the forest towards the Eggman. He's not messing around with Jasper shooting a gun at him.
No, he's keeping to the distance. But Otter, feeling rejuvenated and feeling motivated to find his friend Bodhi, leads Scratch and Violet through the beautiful and strange town of Blackfork, where they go and put up posters.
Boom.
Almost like they're trying to do a big talent show to save the town. But no, they're just trying to find their friend so he can be found.
Can we say that during this to increase, because Scratch he's wanting more. This guy wants to get back in shape. This is his opportunity. So he's doing squat steps with Otter on his back like Yoda.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a funny Scooby-Doo type montage of us running around, but it's like Otter's on Scratch's back like Yoda, and then Scratch is on Violet's back like Yoda, and then Scratch and Violet are on Otter's back like Yoda.
And all three of us are on the Eggman's back.
What?
And then
How did we get
wait
here?
a minute. Yeah.
Oh, Jasper accidentally shoots Otter in the head. Oh, but the mushrooms made it so strong the bullets are bouncing off of his newly chrome dome.
All right, you've done it. Yes, 2 miles. You should feel great about yourself.
Workout is just finishing. They've put up the posters around town. Everyone's feeling sweaty back at the crap yard.
Okay, who's got the shower? I need a nice 40-minute to 45-minute shower.
Ooh,
running water.
We don't really...
You guys hear a honk, and it's definitely a car honk, but it sounds like the lunchtime shift in an old cartoon. And right through the trees, you see bumbling up the road. Bumbling through the trees, bumping down the road, you see a souped-up VW bug pulling the camper, and it is rumbling its way towards the crap yard. This bug is a shiny bronze color, and it's got big hot rod-style exhaust pipes popping out of the back, and it's wheezing, and they're coughing up smoke. The bug putters and clatters on its arrival, but it is pulling the camper with confidence, and we see, sitting behind the wheel, a pork pie wearing, 3-piece besuited, Civil War handlebar sporting portly gentleman with large cog-shaped goggles, and he's driving this vehicle up. He pulls the goggles back and waves out the window.
Hey there! And by the way, if I can just say something really quick before he's officially here, this guy really sucks.
Oh, okay, should we?
Hoi hoi, chummers. This is your
no.
camper, I presume.
Hamish, well...
It's Hamish. It's Hamish. It's
Hamish.
me. Do something good for an old friend.
That's right.
That's right. He parks the car. He pops out. It's Hamish Bello.
Hamish Bello, Hamish, hello.
Hamish Bello. That's me. Of history's mysteries, as my friend told you about. History's
I talk about you all the time.
Of course.
You love this
famous.
guy. You were talking about him.
I have a store like this. It's different. It's in a bit more populated of an area, but similar clientele. I told myself I wouldn't go British accent, so I'm going back to not British accent. Okay, Hamish Bello. Okay.
We at that line, like me and Violet, like look at each other, like what?
I for about 10 years I did a British accent, and then I got canceled for pretending to be British, but it comes back every now and then.
You gotta
Woke
live your
culture these days.
He's
am I right?
one of the only guys to ever be canceled for punching down at the Brits.
Wow,
So,
that's an
you gotta hand it
accomplishment.
to Hamish.
Well, here it is. No worse for wear than when I found it, your camper.
Thank you so much,
man.
Hamish. This is my friend Scratch's camper,
Hey,
by the way.
yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
Violet.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Violet.
Lovely.
Violet is staring so intently with such a face of wonderment, like memorizing this guy. He's got quite the look, and Violet definitely plans to sketch later.
Did you describe facial hair on this guy?
Oh yes, he's got like a big Civil War, like huge handlebars going up to a mustache.
Oh, wonderful,
style.
wonderful.
And he's like, "Well, there she is." And you are looking. The camper is looking a little rough. It's just sort of
man.
dusty, and it's scratched up a little bit from when it fell. This camper. You guys looking at it for the first time up close. It's like a classic camper look, but it's clearly like a new camper, like probably cost a lot of money. Anyway, but it's looking a little rough, but not terrible, not bad. Hamish is like, did you guys hear about that explosion on Shaw Island? I heard.
No.
Did you hear that a senator perished in those flames?
Oh.
They suspect foul play. They do.
Oh, wow.
They do. They
Wow.
do.
First we're hearing about it. We had no knowledge of that at all.
Oh.
And then this senator, where are we, like, on the political spectrum? What's he?
Yeah, Hamish, what are your views on
like
that? What? How would you describe?
Oh, I don't
was he
really
like a
pay
far leftist, or
much
did he
attention
deserve to die?
Politics. I don't pay much attention to politics unless it's of the Civil War, World War II. I certainly have some, interest in certain sides of that. But we don't have to talk about that right now. Anyway, you take a look at your camper, and then we'll settle up, right? You have a little something for me.
Yes, that's right. I do, and just want to say, Scratch, you kind of owe me, but
Oh, God, yeah, man.
It's all good.
Understandable. Yeah.
Let me go to old Otter's treasure chest and shuffles off. You guys are left with
Great. Let's. Yeah, you're like.
Do you mind if can we me and my friend check it out?
At your leisure, wander on in. Take a look. I haven't touched it.
We kind of walk around to the side. Did you feel like he was like kind of positioning for a tip from me? It was like the way he was standing there looking at me, and he like kind of like
He's just giving me weird vibes all around. I don't know what. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, let's look at the camper.
Yeah, you guys open up the door to the camper. Boom! It's a mess inside. There's trash everywhere. Clothes flung every which way. It's a wreck. There's a large OLED TV overlooking these spilled boxes, prints, and stickers all over the place, mingling with a jacket, pants. It's just an absolute wreck of a mess inside.
So, this is how it was before it flipped over?
Yeah, this is exactly how I left it. So I'm surprised everything's right where it should be.
It's perfect. Wow.
Oh my God, this thing is, holy crap. It's all just, even the boxes and the DoorDash bags, they're just like, they're still tucked in that corner. I'm impressed. I got to check the TV to see if that still works.
Wait, are you serious? This is truly how you left it? Is this how it was? Yes.
What answer would you want to hear?
You're looking at me like the answer is yes, but I thought that it wouldn't be the same because it was flipped over. But
You're so right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Those DoorDash
It's the
bags
mushrooms. The mushrooms. My eyes.
They were actually
I'm seeing
somewhere
my
else?
cataracts have come clear for the first time. This doesn't look right. This is crazy. These hooligans must have trashed this place. What do they do? Why am I talking like I've gone British? I'm going to be cancelled.
It's because you inhaled Hamish's CO2 and you caught his disease.
Oh.
sorry, Scratch. I didn't mean to shame you. This is really cool, though. This is really cool.
In my defense,
No need for a defense.
I was literally driving home when we met with the camper. I was not going to use it again on the way home.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, I don't need to clean this. In my not defense, it has been like this for 3 months. But
Okay, well,
you just got to count for something.
yeah.
Ahoy, it's my friend returning, my beloved friend Otter. He's walking out the
chummers.
house, and we're cutting back to...
Otter's holding a big milk crate, and it's filled with 3 objects. And Otter dabs at his sweaty pate because he'd worked out earlier, not because he's lifting 3 things.
Not a sweaty pud, though, right?
Not a sweaty pud.
Yeah!
All right, let's see here, Hamish. One man's trash, another man's treasure. That's what they say. We got 1 VHS of Ken Burns' band Poop documentary. This is Ken Burns' Poop. He made this in college. You can't get this anywhere except for the Warp.
Wow.
I do love the part where there's a Southern gentleman and he's like, well, that back then, you had poop came out in squares.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then it zooms on a poop very slowly.
And that's all included. Yeah, this is like honestly one of the this was graded.
What a find. And of course the second item we have here.
That is a Francis Scott Keyblade. It actually predates the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Some people say that Nomura got inspiration for the series from Francis Scott Key.
Now, Otter, let's not get crazy here. You have to give this away.
It's trash. Who gives a shit about
this?
this?
Trash. This isn't trash. This is a treasure. I'm the other man.
Hopefully this will lead me to a Fountain of Youth or Mickey Mouse.
We all look at you so stone-faced, you take 1 veil damage. But actually, the veil damage makes Hamish cooler somehow.
Blink, blink, blink. And, of course, the third item.
The third item is George Washington's wooden cock extender. Yep, the teeth weren't the only thing that was wooden. He used this to pleasure Martha, and we have an excerpt from her diary that talks about it in the same way that people take pictures next to their signature when they have autographs to show that it's real.
And once again, you sure you have to get rid of this because these seem like really useful, cool items.
He's gotten rid of it already because I'm holding them in my hands and I'm kissing them.
Whoa, don't.
I'm really giving it to him.
You're basically kissing George Washington's peen.
He's doing more than kissing.
Actually, more like Martha Washington's.
He's kind of French kissing.
Oh, you're French
Huge
kissing.
fan of Martha Washington. By the way, you might want to get a handle on your boy. He was acting rather strangely downtown, walking around nude.
Wait a second. Which boy is that?
Oh, large man, long hair.
You talking about
Bodie?
Bodie, yes.
Bodie Chambers?
Downtown?
Yes.
Wait, the downtown where we just were a bit ago
When?
setting up posters?
Oh, just now. I was on the drive over. I looked out the window and I see an enormous man walking nude through the street. Looked rather damp, and he's.
Hamish,
Gotta go.
we got to get out of here. But hey, it was good to see you. Always a pleasure to talk to a fellow antique dealer.
I'll
and-
just stay here and enjoy the pleasurable company of Amy and Jasper. I know their names right off the top of my head.
Amy and Jasper are like in the distance, and they're like, "Oh no! Oh no! No!"
Yeah. They're looking through the window, and they were like putting the blinds down at that moment.
Turning off the lights.
I saw him down. It was either around the library or perhaps it was near the Combs entrance.
Okay, yeah, Hamish, thank you so much for telling us. Honestly, that's even more valuable than the trailer. No offense. Let's
No, I agree.
Well, I'm keeping these. I am.
I'm just laughing because he's laughing. It's fun.
And Booger's laughing, and that's what we call a honk.
Honk, honk. Yeah, Violet is
Vi's
already
ready to go.
already has Booger started, is in the car, and is honking for them.
And is also revving. Like,
Yeah, like ready to go.
I guess I won't take my recumbent bicycle. It's a big part of my character, by the way, but we'll get to it at one episode. I don't know. Yeah, Otter, like Sonic the Hedgehog, turns into a ball and rolls into Booger.
All right, boom. We're in Booger, and Booger is driving out through the woods, back into the town of Blackfork. Violet, as you're driving, you guys are thinking about what Hamish just said. He said he couldn't exactly remember where he saw Bodie, but he said it was either by the library or the Combs. What area do you guys want? I guess I'm giving you two options, but you can really go anywhere.
Let's go by the Combs first, just as a Blackfork native. I think the Combs would be a better stop because the northern part of town,
Yeah.
and we can sort of loop down and cover the whole base as we make our way to the library. And that's where my good buddy Dorinda is, so...
And maybe we won't even have to go to the library because we're going to find Bodie at the Combs and... Which way?
left!
Left! You take a left and you're driving towards the Combs. Violet, you feel a buzz in your pocket. But you're driving, so I don't know if you're
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
checker and driver.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Phone check and drive.
Who's sitting shotgun?
Otter, you, because you know the town, so you'd be doing like nav.
Can I be sitting in the middle of the back, but
Oh,
like
sure.
leaning,
Yeah, oh,
leaning
yeah,
in
yeah.
front, like I'm basically in the front seat, but from the back?
Absolutely. I like that even more. Yeah, you're doing that. You're like, your head is further ahead than Violet and my own.
Yeah, and my eyes are smushed up against the windshield. That's how close I am.
Okay, so you're driving through the forest, and you can see the little buildings here and there. Violet, you've got your phone. You're looking at your phone now. It's a text from an unknown number. It says, "Hello, V. Congratulations on another successful VIP delivery. As a longtime WCL courier, we want to show you our appreciation for the hard work you put in and day out. Click the link below to schedule an appointment with a WCL representative to discuss promotional opportunities."
Oh, boy. Violet turns the phone off and puts it back in their pocket.
You're gonna want to go right up here.
Yep, we're going right.
Violet, I'm guessing right now, has a ghastly pall upon their face.
Yes, Violet is looking so scared and disturbed and has gone completely silent all of a sudden and is now double-fisted gripping the steering wheel as Otter and Scratch are still talking and haven't really noticed what was going on. Violet is just like, ha ha ha, ha ha, clearly freaked out.
I mean, this is all weird, so I think I interpret your vibes as, oh, we're gonna go see Bodie. And was Bodie described as wet and naked?
Yeah. That's
Like a
what
guy
Hans
who had been swimming through the ocean for a while?
I mean, we were over the water when it happened, but I mean, we searched the water. Violet, right? We looked all around. We had used light. He wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound is big. You know, there's many places you could go in there.
Yeah, you're driving through town now. You're passing by the dilapidated Victorians, abandoned Some buildings still have stuff going on, but you drive up on this street of abandoned and boarded up buildings. You see a dirty glass hovel with the door propped open. It looks sort of like an enclosed bus station, except there are stairs descending downwards in it. Above the door is a dirty old plastic sign reading in aughts-style font, "The Blackfork Catacombs Underground Mall." And you can see outside there's like a bunch of food refuse strewn near the door. You can see about a dozen cats sort of milling about, munching on the occasional can of Spam. There's not a lot of people outside here. You guys are looking around. Is there anything you guys want to try and do in this area?
Can we say that there is one poster up?
Yes.
From our jaunt earlier. And these yokels are practically locals now because they seen this earlier. But I'm getting out a booger and I'm saying, Bodie! Bodie! Is there anybody nearby?
You see, there's just the cats, but one is looking over at you. It's a tabby. It's blinking its eyes. It blinks its eyes in a weird way, like right, left, the sort of way, and it sort of looks up at you and then is just sort of stares at you in the poster.
Hey there, Mr. Puss Puss. You seen Bodie?
Considers.
I point to the poster.
It considers some more. It starts to walk down the street, and then it sits and it looks back at you, and then it just keeps walking.
And Otter is following.
Okay.
I look back to these guys too, and I say, come on.
It leads you down a cobblestone alleyway towards like this view of the cliffside overlooking the ocean. And there's like sort of like a small path leading down the cliffside to the ocean. And the cat's walking down towards the ocean. And every now and then it'll stop and blink and sort of see if you're still following. And you guys go all the way down. At the base of this cliffside, there's a very small beach, and the ocean is lapping in gray waves. You can see there's like a lot of trash around, cans, bottles, old clothes, and the seagulls are cawing above. It's cold. The wind is whipping at you, and the cat is just sort of like sort of digs a little hole and poops, and then covers it up, and then starts to walk back up the path.
Huh, that doesn't seem good. That's like buried in a grave and covered.
Or it might mean that Bodie is a treasure to be found and is alive.
And he ain't telling us shit, because he shitted in a hole.
Ooh. Or it might mean that this is the cat's favorite place to poop.
Scratch, you notice there's some rocks over by the shore, and there's like it's like something weird is like kind of draped over the rocks.
Or it might mean something else. What is that over there? And Scratch starts heading towards it.
You walk towards it. It's long like it's a piece of fabric, but it's like semi-translucent and like shiny, like organic material. It's like jelly-like almost. And it's very wrinkly, and it's got sort of like protruding veins.
Petruvius veins?
Petruvius
No, that's a very
veins.
funny sound-alike, but no, true Petruvius is, of course, dead. He's not alive. He's gone. Rest in peace. Yeah, it's just like this very strange
Goo.
organic fabric or something.
Well, Otter is not going to touch that, because if it's got jellyfish vibes, you're going to get stung.
Yes, don't touch it.
Otter lived in Dubai briefly, and there was a lot of jellyfish that would... Dubai's on the water, right? Because there's that, like, man-made islands and stuff that are, like, the neighborhoods. One time, Otter was there, and there was a bunch of jellyfish that washed up on the beach, and everyone was getting stung, and somebody died. Otter's not touching that.
Oh, I have an idea. And Violet...
Dubai is mainland.
What? Well,
No, but it has constructed several man-made islands off the coast of the Persian
which
Gulf.
makes the jellyfish even stranger.
They were like those. It was supposed.
No. It is on the Persian Gulf.
Okay.
My B. Sorry to all our listeners in Dubai.
Yes.
Sorry, so sorry.
Okay.
I have an idea, and Violet reaches into their bag and throws a Petruvius at the thing. And
It catches the thing, and it only wiggles twice before it comes out, and we've wasted a Petruvius.
no!
Oh my God! Don't worry. I know a glitch where if you put the Petruvius in and out of your backpack over and again, you get like infinite Petruviuses.
Yeah, don't worry.
shit.
There's
We'll have
more
it
where
next
that
week.
came
Do not do not save your game after that.
Yeah,
You
oh
will
yeah, it'll be corrupted, yeah.
You
So
will
did the
corrupt your gutter.
Petruvius live that touched it?
Okay.
I have a real suggestion.
Okay.
Scratch is always looking for a big stick when he's out walking somewhere. In previous episodes, whenever we were walking somewhere, imagine that Scratch found like he looked for the straightest, nicest stick. Doesn't even have to be like a walking stick. It's just something he can like, whip around. And so he had found one already just following the cat on the path here. So he has a big stick and he's like, I mean, we got to at least investigate this. And he kind of prods at it with the stick, and then since it kind of looks like organic fabric, he wants to lift it up if he can get under there somehow. And
you lift it up and it sort of slides off and around, like on the ground, and it's like against the ground. It's almost has like a different look. It looks very dark, very like black. Yeah, it's like in the sunlight you could sort of see it was translucent, but it's like dark and black and like kind of vascular, but like wrinkly. It looks, I don't know.
Does it look like it's like Bodhi's cast-off skin?
No, it is definitely not. But thinking of cast-off skin, well,
I was also
Otter. Oh, you were thinking of cast-off skin?
I mean, like, I'm wondering, does this remind us of the skin of the creature?
Ding, ding, ding.
Then maybe that ding, ding, ding is Violet and I, who saw this thing, kind of like putting two and two together, looking at each other.
At this moment, Otter, you get your phone starts buzzing. You got a phone on you? Do you have a phone?
Otter has a phone. It's one of those like Nokia bricks. It's not a fancy phone. It doesn't have a camera, which is why Otter carries with him one of those little like instant Fuji films that like print out a picture. As he goes to reach for his phone, he grabs that by accident and says, "Oh, let me take a picture of this." Takes a picture of this skin on the ground and then puts that back while it's pooping out a picture.
Yeah.
He grabs his still ringing phone or vibrating phone.
Ringing! It's ringing!
It's ringing. Hello, this is Otter at the Scrapyard DVA Crapyard, a.k.a. Coach O.
Coach O, it's me, the world's greatest Meemaw, Belvedere Robbins. Good day to you. That Bodhi gentleman, I was just firing off my damn AK-47 at him but about an hour and a half ago.
What? You were firing your AK-47
Well,
at Bodhi?
yeah, I was out with the kids and we were having a little fun time, and then all of a sudden this nude man is walking down the street, drenched, dragging a damn full-on axe behind him. Of course, I pop a couple in the air saying, "Hey, back off." He was not acting like himself, though, I tell you what.
Wait,
He was acting odd.
how long ago did you see him?
Hour and a half ago, I think. I look, it was by the, it was near the town hall, so yeah, they did call the pulpers on him. But I saw him going off into the forest here. I'll text you the location I saw him going down to.
Thank you so much. I owe you some panbanya for that tip. That's real good. Belvedere Hoochum?
Belvedere, you can call me Bell. Much looking forward to that pom-pom-yam. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, this is amazing. Bodhi is alive. He's alive. And this was the creature. The creature's dead skin now. I don't know what that's about, but Bodhi's alive. He even has the axe.
I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up until I see him, because there's strange things that walk in these woods and these parts.
Why is he saying he's not acting like himself?
Why is he naked? Bodhi didn't like to be
He
naked.
was a never nude.
He was a never nude. I never even, except for because of his picture he posted, it was kind of a thing.
He'd always at least have a sock on.
He would wear a sock that would fit around the tip of his pud.
His head?
His head. He wore it on his head. So he couldn't see his naked body, like how an ostrich hides in the sand.
I mean, the fact that you included the picture of his pud on that collage now is actually, that helped in ways we didn't,
And honestly, that's out of character, because I knew that was one of his hang-ups, and now I've violated his trust. Now...
Maybe, but maybe that was the key to finding him all along, and that's, what he wanted.
Yeah.
I think we got to skedaddle and get over to Belle's place.
Yeah, Belle just texted you. It's an area in South End. It's like the area between where the woods start and before the woods get really thick. There's like a bunch of little businesses over there. Anyway, she sent you an address there.
Can we perhaps swing through town?
Yeah.
Just in case we see a naked hulk of a man walking around with an axe, we can get him off these streets and into our sweets.
Yeah.
Booger.
And you say he was picked up by...
Oh, the pulpers.
Or
the pulpers got called on him.
They got called on him. You don't want the pulpers called on you.
Okay.
Who are the pulpers?
Are they like enforcers, like security?
They
Like out
work for
here?
the paper factory. They keep the Blackfork.
Like pulp or like paper pulp.
Yeah, and like they'll beat you to pulp.
Oh, Jesus.
Mostly they're just like...
The pulpers came and got him?
No, they just got called on him.
They got
Trust me.
called on him.
oh.
Okay.
Bodie didn't get along with the pulpers, but the pulpers were kind of afraid of Bodie. There's stories I could tell you, but we gotta go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
do we want to crack right into this?
oh my God! I
interlude?
thought that might be an opening, okay, Mike. But then you paused, and I wasn't
It
sure.
honestly wasn't. It wasn't. I would never dream of doing the opening and starting it. But here we are.
You've done it.
And we did start it. Crack! I'm ripping open that episode, fingers reaching. It's like in a movie, like they reach through the screen and they tear the film screen open. But I'm reaching through your ears, ripping
Yes.
your earlobes open so we can jump through, like the Animaniacs.
Yes, Animania is cartoon coded, listeners. That is not graphic. Do not view it as graphic. It's cartoony. It's
beautiful.
stretchy.
It's actually fun and funny and fun and not gross.
Yeah, and everybody's having a good time.
You're smiling,
Laughing.
you're clapping, we're dancing in front of you. Horrible dances that are making you ill.
Speaking of getting, speaking of illness, we have new names for our episodes.
Wow,
Did you
yeah,
notice?
speaking of that.
When you went to the,
'Cause
when
we're
you went to the
ill.
frickin' feet.
Hell, whoa.
We've got new names for the episodes that are out right now in our little break, which, by the way, thank you so much for letting us take this little break.
So much.
We have gone back into the lab. We're remixing everything. We're becoming the idealized versions of all of ourselves for you, the listener. And that includes the names of the episodes.
It's just too fun to have names for each episode.
Yeah.
It's just too fun to have names for each episode. We couldn't stay away from it. The part 1, 2, 3 stuff
It gets a
was
little confusing.
cool in theory, but then you don't get to name an episode Cold Cock.
Yeah,
That's episode 14. I'm calling an
14.
episode far in the future that we haven't
Cold
that way
Cock
we
episode
can
14.
we
Okay,
can
write that down.
navigate our story to make that work.
Perfect.
We have
We
plenty of
love to do that,
time.
actually. We love to do that.
Where does the etymology of the term cold cock? Was that just like,
Isn't it when you cock a gun without a bullet in it or something? I have no idea.
that was like the horniest guy ever cocking a bullet. Being like,
That's some.
yeah, we'll call this one cold cock.
Oh, God. I hate that.
I'm saying I don't like it. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just asking the questions we're all wondering.
Dictionary means hitting someone in the head until they are knocked out.
Oh, out cold.
Oh, really?
Cold
I
cock.
like it
Oh, I
now.
cold cocked you.
cocked
Pow!
Wow.
Bam.
Okay.
Now you're out
Now
cold,
it's
and I can
cold.
finally get a look at that.
When it had to do with
And
penis,
there's
I
so
said
much
no.
more coming to our Patreon.
And guess what?
We're smiling. We're laughing. We're having fun.
Okay, so if you're somebody who skips the interlude, don't do that.
Come back.
Come back and
is
listen to this
important.
because we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We've been
Oh,
gone for a
gosh.
long time. Sorry if this is 20-minute interlude. We're going to try to keep it fast. We are Gutter.
Gutter.
And we are going to try something new. We're going to try a new schedule, basically. And it's an experiment. So bear with us if you're listening in June of 2025. Then this was the time in which we started this experiment. And if it becomes 2027 and we're no longer doing things this way, then fuck you in the future. Just kidding. I love you so much.
Because we're all drafted to the water wars.
Oh, God, no. But let's talk about what the experiment is. On the first Thursday of every month, you get a new Gutter main episode. That'll be like this, what you're listening to. First Thursday of the month. you're already here. You've already subscribed. Congratulations. Nothing else further for you to do to get this beautiful gold.
What we're trying to focus on is that consistency, guys. We want that new episode for you the start of every month, no matter what. We want you to be able to rely on it until, perhaps that will change.
Until we get drafted in the Water Wars.
Yeah, until we get drafted in the Water Wars.
Right.
And then for the morale of our I was going to say country, but kingdom. Let's, make it a little more abstract. For the morale of our kingdom, we are required to release episodes twice a week.
Yes.
Or perform them live in the trenches, the water trenches.
So yes, it has to do with consistency. It also has to do with sustainability. We're four guys. We all got other jobs. We just do what we can. Thank you so much.
We can. The next piece of that schedule.
Yes.
Is the second Thursday of the month. That's when Gutter Talk hits the Patreon.
If you're not on the Patreon already, then you can sign up by going to gutter.show/Patreon. It's $5 a month. And hey, the Patreon, we don't have ads currently for the show at all. We have no other income coming in from Gutter aside from the sweet, sweet patrons who have decided to support us and support this creation. So yes, there's tons of good stuff on there. We're also working on eventually releasing an Otter Guttercore series. I'm not going to say soon, but it's coming down the way. We're working on it.
We're starting to record these, and the concept is so delightfully fun and funny.
Yes,
and I am so certain that this concept has never once been executed in an actual play format or possibly even a TTRPG format. I would be so surprised if someone else had attempted what we are attempting.
I would love to hear it, frankly. Write in if that's you.
Yeah, if in 2 years during the Water Wars, when the first Guttercore Otter episode comes out, if you're listening to it and you're like, I actually did this with my home table that was around before the Water Wars took everything from all of us, then let us know.
Yeah, if you're on that side, then you might as well be with the whales who are our enemies in the Water Wars.
Yes.
That's right.
You are with the whales, so you might as well just join the whales. If you're stepping on us and our great accomplishment of this excellent Otter Guttercore, which will be recorded soon, and then, it'll be up eventually. Anyway, just be excited. It's coming. It's coming, and it's hot.
And it's hot.
You know what else is hot? The inside of the whales, which we are crawling into to...
Gotta put a bomb in their butt.
I'm actually going to defect to the whale side, guys. I've been thinking about it, and I don't know. They're so kind of majestic. I feel really bad about going to war with the whales.
Okay, and now segueing into the rest of the schedule, it's gonna be the third week of the month. We'll be on Wednesdays. We're gonna try out doing some freaking streams. So that will be the Gutter stream. And you can check those out by going to gutter.show/watch. And that will take you to our YouTube page, basically. And that's where we're going to be doing the freaking stream.
It's going to be the four of us having a great time, playing games, talking about stuff, going on the internet, being extremely cool and tremendous hangs. So you're gonna want to be there.
So beautiful as well, and so stunningly beautiful.
And you can heckle us playfully in the comments. Playfully.
Just be nice.
The second it's not playful, you're giving me one more reason for finding you during the Water Wars.
Boom. Our very first stream is going to be on June 18th at 7:30 Central. Again, you can go to gutter.show/watch and come and hang out with us. And that's of 2025. So if you're listening to this in 2027 when we're at the Water Wars, then sorry, you can watch the VOD. And finally, the fourth Thursday of the month, we will have the Gutter Letter, which will be our monthly newsletter that will come out. We'll have GM's notes, we'll have pictures, little updates, all kinds of stuff like that. Just a general, hey, here's what's up this month, here's what's going on, just a way to stay in touch. And you can sign up for that mailing list if you're not already on it by going to gutter.show/news.
I gotta say, if you were not a member of the Neoscum newsletter back in the day, Eleni makes these newsletters so fucking cool. If you're like a newsletter, I don't want a newsletter. They are works of fucking art. They're a sight to behold. They're fun. They're full of cool stuff. They'll have lots of little treats and details from us on top of, obviously, like Lenny said, things like the GM notes, really cool things like that. So this is not your grandma's newsletter, okay? This is the real shit. This is the cool shit that you're going to want to print out and put in your bunkers during the water wars.
It's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe.
I know. I'm printing out these newsletters and I'm putting them up above my bunk and I'm cold cocking to it. I'm just
Punching the hell out of these suckers.
wow. I'm just saying, like a pinup lady in World War II.
Yes,
Much
yes,
gentler
yes,
war than
yeah.
the water wars.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick recap because we said that in a long-winded way, but in a really short-winded way. Here's the monthly schedule. First Thursday of the month, Gutter main episode. Second Thursday of the month, Gutter Talk on the Patreon. Third Wednesday of the month, Gutter Stream. And fourth Thursday of the month is the Gutter newsletter. And if there happens to be a fifth Thursday of the month, then we get a week off, okay? We're going to rest and sleep.
And that
Yay!
will also all be in the show notes.
Yes.
With links.
The links.
Guys, this
Great.
is, I mean, this has been a long-winded interlude, and we have a lot of really cool, exciting episode left. So what do you say we
Let's get back to it.
dry these water? Yeah, let's try
Water
to think
wars?
of one last thing to tie in the water wars, but fuck it.
Real quick, I just wanted to say thank you
yes.
for hanging
Oh,
with
yes,
us.
yes, yes.
Thank you for hanging with us through this hiatus. I said my dad was sick. Well, guess what? Brain cancer don't go away, but he is still around, and we like that. So thank you very much.
Yes,
Sincerely,
yes.
taking the time was very important for me. Thank you. And with that, the water wars have begun. The
Oh,
whales
no.
are coming in down. I
No.
can hear them stomping down the street.
I didn't write the letter
Oh, no.
yet. I didn't write the newsletter.
I need to take off all my clothes and go submit to the whales. So let them know that I will be a sleeper agent for them. And I will do what they say.
Support Gutter on Patreon.
We gotta go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So you guys are driving around town. You are seeing the sights, the beautiful Blackfork standing shiny and beautiful, passing by the harbor.
Do we see Frye still there?
Frye is still there, and the older fella with the Salt Life shirt that says "I'd rather be fishing" is walking up and he waves at you guys.
Otter waves at me. He comes over for dinner sometimes.
Yeah, you guys are driving around. You seeing the dam. You're passing by several more entrances to the underground mall, the old buildings, and eventually you're like, okay, he's not around. So you drive on over to the location where that bell gave you, our friend, the world's greatest Meemaw.
By the way, we're nervous in this car.
Yeah, at every silent moment, at every down moment, Violet has looked at her phone again at that text. Can you read it again?
Hello, V. Congratulations on another successful VIP delivery. As a longtime WCL courier, we want to show you our appreciation for the hard work you put in and day out. Click the link below to schedule an appointment with a WCL representative to discuss promotional opportunities.
And at this point, I think she's read it like 12 times. And this link is like itching to be clicked because it's so weird that it's a successful delivery.
Yeah, that damn visor's upstairs. We saw that at the beginning of the episode.
Yep.
You pull up before Great Pines, rising above a turning asphalt road. Old homes line the sides of the street. You can see one building has a neon green cross in the window. A man in scrubs is standing outside looking at a gathering of SUVs with little yellow sirens on top of them. Just a bit up the way, just further up from your vehicle. You can see that there's like a handful of like five men in slick ponchos, and they're holding Armalite rifles. They're shining flashlights in the woods, and you notice they all are wearing simple, like, papier-mâché masks. That's just, like, eye holes and a nose, no mouth, just, like, sort of a neutral face.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's
Those
creepy,
are
but
the pulpers.
they're not the creepiest thing around here, so...
Can we talk to them or what?
Yeah, no, we can talk to them, and I'm going to give them an earful.
Okay. Otter sidles on up.
Otter's puffing himself up like he's getting ready to talk to the media after they said some shit about how he was going to lose a match, but then he won long time ago when the media cared about what Otter thought. And he's walking outside.
Hello there, citizen.
One guy turns around over to you.
I'm not
What's
citi-
going on, my man?
I'm not citizen. I'm Otter Mayfield from the Crapyard, DBA Scrapyard, and I've been in Blackfork way longer than you and your pulp buddies. And he's looking. He's daring him to say something.
Just eyes looking back.
You guys get called on big naked man
You know
walking around?
You know this guy?
This
yeah.
guy? He's here?
Look, we caught literally tail end of him, two cheeks clapping, running into the forest.
Wha-
Two big white cheeks running into the forest, long hair whistling behind him, carrying a damn axe.
Did he say anything? Did he?
We just pulled up and man started sprinting. So we're looking in, but man, it gets thick down there. And honestly, me and my boys aren't too eager to walk on into those woods. So we're calling it a W and thinking about calling it.
So you just...
What do you mean you're gonna just call it?
A guy with an angry-looking papier-mâché mask turns around.
Hey, easy there, Tiger. We do the job, and that's only the job we do. The job's undone. I say we go on in, and we take him down ourselves and skin him alive. Easy there, Tiger.
I wanted to go in the woods, too. I love the woods.
Another pulper's face turns around. He's got a silly face, but he's angry, too.
I'm happy we're calling it a day because I got comics and funny pages to read at the paper mill.
Another pulper turns around. He looks sort of sleepy, but he's angry.
And I'm angry because I'm out here instead of in my bunk reading my funny pages.
Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! I'm so sad we're not having lunch right now. Boo-hoo! I want a banh mi.
And that's Scratch.
So yeah, that's the boys. Anywho, yeah, we are gonna call it. Let's go into town, get some damn shrimp. What do you call it? The shrimp and onion dish, served raw.
All right, well, you guys are just going to leave...
What kind of a food? What do they call that? Spanish?
Trunnions.
Pilaf?
Cerveza?
Oh, cerveza.
No.
Ceviche.
Ceviche.
Cerveza's beer.
Ceviche.
How's ceviche sound to y'all?
Boo-hoo! I still want a banh mi.
I love ceviche.
Scratch, I'll make you one when we get back. We got to find out what happened to Bodie.
Okay, yeah,
All right,
that's
so
a good point.
how long ago did you see him in there?
That was about an hour.
You just been standing around for an hour? No,
It says you have to look for at least an hour. I ain't going in there.
Okay, Gannon,
So you've been standing at the edge of the woods for an hour?
can we point on the map to where this is?
Say
Listener, bear with us. We're looking at a physical map.
A beautiful map.
It is beautiful.
Let's say it's like right. Let's say it's like kind of a little bit past the crap yard, sort of like on a north-south angle.
Gannon?
Yeah.
Could it be... Is it possible that he's heading in the direction of the crap yard? Can we ascertain that, or is it a different direction?
It's unclear. He might be. It's unclear. Why don't I get a spot hidden rolls from all you guys? I hate doing spot hidden rolls because certainly you can do it anywhere, but this is a bona fide or spot hidden or tracking, if tracking is better for you, if there is a tracking rule.
I feel like we've earned a spot hidden roll.
Yeah, we've been doing role playing. Let's play with a roll
Let's
now.
play with...
I don't have very good spot hidden. Will you roll one for me? No.
Ooh,
I apparently can't spot nothing.
spot hidden.
I can't spot Hawden.
Spot hogging.
I can't hardly spot that.
6, 3.
Okay.
So, regular success.
So that's a regular success. Okay.
I'm so unprepared. I do not have. I pulled up a boarding pass from like some flight I took a long time ago. This is not the right PDF. Can you guys just like bring Petruvius back for a second?
Yeah, so Petruvius
Petruvius has just walked
comes
in
out
the
of
room.
my marsupial sack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he came from. He's coming out of your...
And he pressed the link on the text. Oh, Petruvius.
Oh, Petruvius.
Why
Oh.
did you do that?
Yeah, you're gonna be. It's
That
a
was a
fishing
bad
attempt,
idea. I know,
dude.
it's
It was fucking
fishing.
GPS. They got you tracked.
They're trying to track.
All this for a
God.
I have to
failure.
throw my phone.
All this for a 90.
Oh, they 290s. How about that? Two 90s combined.
Year of the horse.
Year of the horse.
Hell
Fingers,
yeah.
thump, fists coming together. I don't know. You guys transform into two horses and you run down the field and it's pretty and free. But Scratch over here, keen-eyed Scratch, looking around on the ground, you notice that there's some disruption in the foliage. Specifically, a kind of like line, like someone was dragging an axe.
You know, those pulpers are kind of like still hoo-hawing about what they're going to do, get lunch, blah, blah, blah. And Scratch makes a show to like be like, well, yeah, I guess that's it. And then I kind of get your guys' attention on the sly. And I do a little shush motion. And then I do a little point to the drag motion on the ground. And I say, well, I guess, you know, we'll just hang out here for a bit and see if he maybe comes back or something. And we'll call you fellas if he shows back up.
Yeah, to brag about how we found him.
I don't want a ceviche.
Gannon, it's okay. You don't have...
Gannon,
We'll
can
do
you
whatever
focus on
we
the
want.
recording?
We can
actually?
pause. No, we can pause and address this. I don't want...
No. There. Okay, the pulpers are hopping into their vehicles and driving off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay,
I
so we
do
gotta
want a
follow this.
ceviche.
I hate those guys.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, but I love ceviche. Don't get it twisted. Otter could go down on some ceviche right now.
Oh, he's doing a little...
He's doing a little
licking the
V with the licking the V.
I
with
did a
the
V with licking the V,
ceviche.
and that's... Oh, that was good, Violet. Violet.
Okay, no.
Sorry, that was incredibly inappropriate. It's these mushrooms. They got me acting like I'm in heat.
Not after we
Oh
just
my
saw
God,
the
he's
pulpers.
thrusting. Hey, calm down now.
Smack.
Yeah, smack, yeah.
I smacked Gannon. Just kidding.
All right.
Anybody think that crying pulper was kind of cute?
Let's follow this line in the ground.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the crying pulper.
Yeah.
Okay, we start following the line.
You guys are walking. You're like making your way through the woods, and it's like you guys ever like you're going hiking or whatever. There's a trail, and then you look over and you're like, oh, what if I hopped off the trail? And most of the time, if you hop off the trail, it's like really overgrown and shitty. That is the situation we're dealing with right now. We don't have any fucking cow paths, no deer paths. It's just like stepping over bushes, getting scratched by trees, scratch Kelly, by trees, and walking through the woods. And you know, these, you guys are doing this for like, you're like scrambling through. These trees are rising high above you. And every now and then, you think you lost it, but you look down again and you're like, oh. See the little line in the ground, or you see a large footprint, and you're like, okay, he was going in this direction. He was not going to the scrapyard. You guys are like past the scrapyard now. He's going further and further south.
And there's a tension. There's a serious tension because I'm really scared about if we don't find Bodhi, or if we do find Bodhi and there's something really wrong with him. Because, you know, Otter has seen firsthand what happens when you live this close to the warp. That's why he hasn't been as phased by some of the spookier things that we've seen. But yeah.
There's a light rain now starting to trickle down. You guys are walking through, following your way, getting scratched here and there. Scratch Kelly. Violet, your phone buzzes. You're deep in the woods. You know, you got one bar.
Okay.
You're so close to the crapyard, picking up Amy's signal.
As if Violet hasn't been thinking about this text the whole time. So, what is it now?
Okay, you look at your phone. It's a grainy PNG.
Grainy PNG?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a picture.
Yeah.
You click it, you open it, you look a little closer, and you're like, oh, it's like a doorbell camera, and there's like a small red circle around something. So you're like trying to, and it's like a small circle because it's like, okay, it's this guy's front yard. Looks like a nice front yard. And then there's this little red circle. You zoom into the circle. Slowly. And then you recognize it. This is in front of Barry Treble's estate. And that is Booger. And that's you, that's Bodhi, and that's Scratch, all sitting in Booger. And there's a red circle around that.
I just gotta say, Scratch has, he didn't notice the first time, but as you checked your phone enough, and he didn't even see the contents on the phone, but he could see it was the same thing every time. He, out of respect for your privacy, didn't say anything, but he sees once again you got something else, and he has to speak up. But is everything okay? Are you getting, what's... I'm sorry, I just noticed you...
Yeah. Everything is, weird. And...
Well, yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
I don't know. WCL is kind of creepy, and
Is that them? Are they messaging you?
Yeah.
There's a rustle up ahead.
It's Otter. He's walked up a little ahead, and he's been cutting through the brush with he's pulled out a vintage wakizashi blade. He's just chopping, but he sees Russell too.
Yeah, this is like a rustle up. You hear the sound of snapping twigs. Then something coming your way. Then bursting through the underbrush. Otter, roll for dodge.
Holy moly. Can't believe we ran into a wild boar here of all places.
A wild boardy.
He said it was Russell. I think it might have been Russell Brand.
Oh.
He's running away from the charges. Finally got him. Okay. I wish I was better. I wish I had Bodhi stats.
I wish I was better, but I'm not. I just suck, and that is a lot of why I'm sad and depressed in this world. Because I suck, and I'm just a girl. Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, it's a fail.
Okay, you take 1 damage. Damn, you're hit hard. Boom, you land on the ground. Standing over you, you see a man that you recognize. Specifically, an Eggman you recognize. Looking back down, you see the Eggman. Can you describe what the Eggman looks like?
The Eggman looks like a stark white naked guy who is completely hairless all over, completely white, except on his little crown, his head. He's got this thin golden perforated crown that goes around his temple the full way, like a circlet almost.
Oh my god.
And he's got these wide eyes with little pinprick dots and a stark white, completely white eyeball. Just one little thing, and there's viscous fluid flowing out of his mouth readily. He's going goober mode, and Otter is filled with rage to have been taken down by the Eggman, something that hasn't happened to him in a long time. And now he's got this feeling of youthful vibration through him, and he never could have imagined that the Eggman would have gotten the drop on him, especially when he got shot. Also, how many days has it been since the Eggman was killed? He shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. He's off schedule. Something's wrong. But yeah, he's looking up, and he does a quick kip up. And he's standing face to face with the Eggman. But I'll say that's my move. And Otter's just drawing at the Eggman.
Violet.
The first thing Violet thinks is, I don't want to kill this because I don't want this guy living in my head. This guy is so disgusting. But you know what? I wouldn't feel any guilt from killing the Eggman. So Violet does pull out their gun to pow.
Desert Eagle.
Shoot him right in the egg head.
Wait, Violet, no, I think that's Dan Henschel. It's another one of his characters.
No, he was deep in his bit.
Okay. Desert Eagle, present.
Bad.
It's another 90.
What the hell?
That's 3 90s in a row. What the fuck? Wow, huge gunshot. It blasts at the tree behind this guy. He doesn't even flinch. He's just little pinprick eyes sticking out, viscous coming out of the mouth. Scratch Kelly.
That was just a warning shot, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly warned me. I'm alert. I'm up.
I'm also alert.
The rain is starting to come down a little bit heavier now.
What do I do? What do I do? Do I have my shit? I don't have
Do
my
karate
shit.
on
You got your shit. Give him a taser.
Yeah. Otter slowly backs up and says, "Get him."
You just did so much training today. Time to punch.
We actually didn't do any combat training in all of our stuff. It was mostly just like cardio and various resistance training and...
Listener, I'm going to tell you something. This is me confiding in you. When you practice a martial art, you have muscle memory for that martial art far later than you actually have the physical ability to do that. And that can cause, as somebody who has tried to do martial arts moves as they've aged, that can cause, some rude awakenings. But in this case, Scratch doesn't know what to do. He's unarmed, and he's like, what can I do but get physical with this guy? I want to push this guy back. I want to get him out. And so he's like, I've got to do a sliding sidekick at this guy, which is fucking crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy to attempt this.
Yep. Roll that finger.
Also, what you just described is literally has been going through Otter's head since he came down from the mushrooms and could tell that his muscle memory is catching up to his actual muscles. Like, I literally was thinking about, hey, I'll let you roll.
No, but you're right. 2?
Oh,
Bitch.
9.
Okay.
29.
That's
okay,
fucking-
guess what?
What?
So your brawl is 25. That's your number that you need
And this
to...
is before I redo my character sheet, but
This is
yes.
before you redo your character sheet. Yes, because you do need to redo this character sheet. Because first I was looking at Bodhi's character sheet, and I was like, damn, you got 70 and so many things. That's because of, the secrets.
But I'm going to spend luck because here's the thing. The luck is that, like, it doesn't make sense that a mid-late 30s guy who hasn't actually practiced martial arts in going on 2 decades should be able to pull off this move with any kind of force without falling on his ass and hurting himself and pulling something. But he does. So the Eggman, out of the range of a kick, Scratch chambers his leg up like he practiced thousands and thousands of times. Bodhi chambers his legs up, and then it blooms like a violet wilder, and he pivots his grounded leg and shoots forward as the momentum of his thrown kick pulls him along, and he hits this thing right in maybe, let's say, the kidney area with a full force of his weight.
You feel bones or cartilage or something twisting in this freak's body. Its eyes go back, and then they go white. He's laid out, slides on the ground, bam, slams up against a tree.
Oh my god.
The Eggman has been felled as the rain comes down.
Wow, he's easy to kill. Love it.
Can we say that also washes out with the rain and sort of just melts?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, leaves sorry to say this, but like an eggy stench. Like, it
That
smells
makes
like
sense.
brimstone, and it sort of is like singeing the tree that he was pushed up against. And Otter sees this happening and feels that Violet and Scratch, you did get the confirmed kill on this, but Violet was a part of this too, for shooting and keeping the Eggman at bay and also getting him ready for that kick. That this rite of passage, that these two companions, these new friends of his, have officially become Blackforkians in this moment of slaying the Eggman. And Otter gives a slow clap.
Well, damn.
Scratch is wide-eyed and almost looks confused and almost a little bit afraid of the fact that he was able to do that. I don't know why I feel like I need to apologize, and I don't know why.
There's nothing shameful about killing the Eggman. We've almost all done it. You know, he's been plaguing this area since the big one, practically.
Nice job, Scratch.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I could not have done that just a few days ago.
It's called growth.
Weird.
You know, we can do the things that we dream of, if only we are brave enough for write down our name in the book of history. Otter looks up to the rain.
Yeah.
And he lets the rain come down on him. And he says it's a great day for rain.
It's
and
really
the tears are flowing down his face, but they're being hidden by the rain.
It's really soaking you pretty good. It's coming down pretty strong. Actually, the ground's getting pretty muddy.
And Otter...
Are we losing our track?
Otter is snapped from his glory reverie as Violet reminds him of the task at hand and goes, "You're right. On to the next one. Job's not done."
You guys move forward, but yeah, sure enough, the tracks are getting washed out. And as you continue on for a bit, you're following it as best as you can. But about 10 minutes on, walking through the woods, you guys soaked to the bone, really cold. You lose the track. It's getting really muddy out here.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that if he had anybody to trust here, it would be you, Otter. So I feel like if we go back to the scrapyard, maybe he's just a little disoriented. He should find his way eventually, right?
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I know about Bodhi, he knows his way. He'll find his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are probably right. Otter's not saying this, but he's thinking, what if this is the closest they will get to finding Bodhi? And what if the warp is inhaling him right now in ways that the warp has inhaled other people Otter has known? Not to say that Bodhi was any stranger to the warp, but he looks out and gives one last glance to see if there's any sign of movement or presence out there in these woods that Otter has spent so much time near.
The woods are still, the woods are dark, and they look back at you with a cold eye.
And Otter's eyes are even more cold than the woods. Although, behind those eyes, it's worried and concerned and nervous.
Boom! We're smash cutting. Booger is pulling up before the crap yard. Everyone's kind of hustling out, soaking wet. Amy comes out with towels for everybody. Everybody's drying off by the fire. We're talking about the thing, the Bodhi, and there's sort of a bittersweet thing where it's like, oh, he's out there, he's alive. Didn't find him, and he was acting really weird, very strange, frustrating, and sad. Then at this point, it's dinner time, so the neighborhood kids are sort of like scuttling in, and they're really happy, excited, jubilant. They got their magic cards.
The kids are kept somewhat not in the dark about this, but rather in the light. There's a joy and a sense of playfulness that is just perpetually worn by the scrapyard, AADBA crapyard, that these kids and townies kind of flock to like a moth to a flame. And there was just coincidentally a Magic the Gathering tournament that was scheduled for tonight that the kids all wanted to play. They took an interest in it, and Otter was like, all right, I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but actually I do have a lot of Magic the Gathering cards as an antique dealer. So he just sort of like gave them all these Magic the Gathering cards, and they're like all different sets, and there's like baseball cards mixed in there too that the kids have like repurposed and given values to, and they're like laughing and making up their own rules, and there's this spirit of game playing in the crapyard that is warm in spite of the rain and in spite of the worries that are weighing heavy on everyone there, including Otter, Violet, and Scratch Kelly.
It's evening now. We're cutting to night. It's night again, looking at the spires rising above the pine forest. Camera's pulling up to this bedroom on the first floor. Violet is lying in bed. Are you awake? Are you asleep?
Yeah, Violet is awake and hears the sounds of like the kids laughing outside and the hustle and bustle and everybody talking. And even though there's this sort of sadness, there is a lot of joy here too. And She just feels like a danger and a threat to all of that. And she gets a very strong urge that she doesn't want anybody to be hurt. So she opens up her door.
And right at that moment, Scratch is standing outside with his hand up like he was just about to knock. He's, whoa.
Oh, hey. Hey.
Whoa. Hey, and his hair is wet and he's got like a towel over his shoulder. He just finished his shower, which is not 45 minutes. They're not allowed to use fresh water for that long. It's just like a little, but he managed. Hey, I realized that we, sorry, I was going to say sorry if you're sleeping, but obviously you're not. So,
no, yeah, you're good.
We didn't get to talk more about the WCL stuff you got because of the stuff with the Eggman, and that's fine. Obviously, we don't need to talk about it tonight, but I guess I didn't feel right going to bed tonight without saying, like, especially with the fact that Bodhi is alive and we might find him. And sorry, I'm struggling to kind of know what I mean, but I
Violet's just looking back at him.
I just want to let you know that I may not be super reliable, and I know I have a lot to learn, but I'm here for you however I can. And like we've talked about before, you're like the first real friend I've made out here and made in a long time, so I want to be here for you if I can.
As Scratch is saying this, it's like the world is going blacker and blacker, and the image of Scratch in Violet's eyes is like so small and focused as all of her weight of her thoughts is just like crushing down. And she looks at him and just says, Scratch, I am so sorry that I picked you up from that bar. I know I was trying to save you, but it was not the right thing to do.
Whoa.
I shouldn't have saved you from that bar.
No, hold on.
No. Hold on, because it's worse than even those guys. It's even worse than that. And I can't explain it to you, and I can't tell you why. But I need you to trust me that I'm going to make sure that you're safe, okay? And that, yeah, I'm going to make sure you're safe.
Okay, I mean, I obviously I really appreciate that sentiment, but understand, like, Violet, this is like the first time I've felt hopeful for the future, and this is the first time I've felt purpose in like I have a role to serve in years and years. You and Bodhi picking me up at that bar is the best thing that's happened to me in decades. I know we've faced a lot, and there's, I'm sure, a lot more dark days to come, but it just know that, okay?
Yeah, I feel the same way. And she gives him a sad half smile.
Okay. Well, look, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to come bring like serious stuff before bed, but we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll put some hours on. Apparently, it's supposed to stop raining tomorrow, so it should be better for searching, and
good.
And we'll get through it, okay? And we'll talk about the WCL stuff. We'll figure it out, okay?
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
All right.
They embrace.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready to sleep. I'm fucking tired, so.
Yeah. Get some sleep.
You too. I know you don't sleep very much. Try to get 8 hours if you can.
We'll see.
Scratch trundles on over to the stairs up. Violet's still standing by the door.
And Violet, once they hear Scratch is gone, turns around, picks up their bag, and packs up all their stuff, and heads for the door to leave.
Walks out the door.
Yeah.
And on the porch is Otter, who heard that whole conversation. And there's also Dewey Decimals there too, by the way, but he's just smiling and sitting in the rocking chair. And Otter is smoking the cigarette that he took from Violet earlier. And he gives her a knowing look and says, I'm not going to stop you if you want to go. But I will tell you that I need you. I need you and Scratch. I gotta find Bodhi. And it seems like you guys are in the center of whatever this thing is. But I can't make you stay. And if you want to go, I'll give you supplies for the road and let you get out of here. But I like you, Violet. And I like Scratch. I'm not trying to guilt you. You do what you gotta do.
You guys do not make it easy, I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna find Bodhi with you or without you. I'm gonna keep looking for him.
Listen, Otter, I appreciate you and I like you too. And I thank you for saying that. The longer I stay with any of you, the closer you all are to dead. And I don't mean that lightly. I mean that with every ounce of my being, that everyone that I get close to dies. And there's a very real threat that's coming for me at the very least. And the most I can do is spare you from that. So, I'm sorry.
Well, Violet, you're not the first cursed person in Blackfork. And you won't be the last. And I appreciate you not trying to mix yourself up in all this, but the Eggman tried to kill all three of us today. And that's my cross to bear. And I'm not out here trying to baby you about the Eggman. I'm trying to empower you to kill the Eggman if he comes here. And Dewey Decimal over there? Oh, he's got a really fucked up curse. You have no idea how fucked up his curse is.
Violet looks at Otter and rolls her eyes and walks back inside, walks upstairs into Scratch's room, and pulls out their phone and holds up the text, the WCL text with the link.
Okay.
Blackout.
That was great.
That rocked.
The tension and the electricity of making that choice at the end to not leave, it was like huge.
She starts next episode by leaving, being like, now that I've shown you that, I am leaving.
Wow, it is lucky Violet came that moment and not 1 minute later, because he was just about to pull his putt out and start mashing that bud.
What was he gonna mash his head on?
Mash his pud. Oh, his head. Sorry, because it had.
He's gonna pull his penis out and
Gonna
start
pull out his
stroking
penis.
his penis
Oh,
with
God.
lotion.
He was going to pull out his penis.
Gutter.